I often wonder why I wasn't born with riches. Born with the gift, I got the gang bitches. See through the fog, overcome trenches. Monkey ass niggas always throwing wrenches. Hustle hard cause I'm a father about his business. 6 kids, 4 mamas, that be the realest. Experimenting over stoves made me a chemist. K's and Tommy guns made me a menace. Don't know Dennis, but I blow grimace. Growing up, both parents had addiction. Family tree stayed grounded, just need attention. As a young boy, I had a distorted vision. Damn, I'm just thinking about my struggle. I'm just thinking about my struggle. I'm just thinking about my...
What's going on, guys? It's Chaos here, and welcome back for another Division video. Today's video, it's going to be me running through one of my best builds that I've currently created. And there's one downfall to it, one plus side to it, and I'll get into that here in a second. But this build is basically for a group or solo. I do good both ways. That's what my main focus was, is where if I got into a group, I could do a lot of damage, make my team do a lot of damage. And myself, if I'm in a bind or something by myself, I can stay alive and do a lot of damage on top of everything. So basically what this build is a 3-piece high-end 3-piece tack. I know everybody's running it, but I took it a whole different direction when I made it myself, and I still might go back to a couple things, but I'm not too sure as far as gun talents. But I'm currently running a vigorous chest, one piece rolled for firearms. This way I can get my firearms up to where I can unlock my talents. But the main focus on this build is really to make sure you have all your talents unlocked and have as much skill power as you possibly can, while keeping your toughness in between, I would say 280 and 300, somewhere in there. If you drop it a little bit lower than 280, I'm gonna say like 277 or something, you still should be able to stay alive, because if you do drop it that low, then you should have more skill power, not more DPS, more skill power. This way, once you pop your heal or something, it gives you more at a certain period of time. But I run refreshed mass. This way everything at last segment of health is 30% more. So I try to stay in the fight. If someone's shooting at me, I try to stop shooting, to be honest. I let them waste all their ammo, and I wait for them to get me down to 1 bar of health, and 9 chances out of 10 I'll go ahead. If it's 2v1 or 1v1, I'll pop my med kit. If it's a 1v1, I'll try to pop my heal first, to be honest. This way I don't have my med kit on cooldown. This way I always have a second heal, because this is a pulse build. And this way I pop my heal first. This way by the time I go back down to 1 bar, I can hit my med kit, and my heal will be back, and I'll go right back up to over heal. And it's really simple to do with the rejuvenated. And I roll with one firearms mod. Every mod on here is all rolled for skill haste. As far as the prototype performance mods, I run pulse crit hit chance. This way I can get my crit hit chance pretty much as far as I can to max as possible, which once I pop my pulse and the amount of crit chance I have with my gun is, I think it's 13. Yeah, 13%, and then I have a 33% crit hit chance pulse. That puts me at 46%, which is a little bit shy of max, but it's not that bad as far as damage wise, because on this build I currently am, the way I'm running it right now is I'm running with responsive. Responsive seems to be doing a lot better than before. I was running it with less toughness and more skill power, and I had a little bit less DPS. I seem to like the DPS to where it is, the 460 range, but I'm not sure if I want to keep the responsive or go back to the way I had it before, which I was running it with Adept. And Adept seemed to do a little bit more consistent damage, especially when someone wasn't pulsed, because I would still have 20 some crit hit chance, and I'd be able to keep it going because my skills were so low on cooldown, and it made it super simple. But the rest of my pieces, as far as everything else goes, my gloves is rolled for electronics. I have AR damage, crit damage, and skill haste, which on your gloves, I feel like them 3 stats for a build like this is critical. Like, you want crit hit damage because your whole build is based upon crit hit chance and getting more damage out of that crit hit chance. So you don't want to stack crit chance. If you do get it on a roll, it's good to keep it there until you can get a pair of gloves with crit damage, but this is the best way to go, in my opinion. But if you want to go with Savage or something like that, that's perfectly fine, and go with a Tactician Mask, that will work also. You'll do a little bit more damage, but in the long run you won't get the heal that you need to stay alive in certain situations. As far as my holster goes, it's pretty decent holster, good rolls, and skill haste, always keep the skill haste. And you want health on your backpack and your knee pads. As far as the health on your backpack goes, you don't really necessarily need the health on your backpack. You can go with skill power, but it's only like 13,000. It's really not too worth it. As far as this build goes, you could try it, but I would stick with health. And also, currently right now I'm running a stamina mod to keep my responsive active. If I go back to my adept, I think I'm gonna drop the stamina mod and go for an electronic mod and keep everything else the same, and everything will pretty much be the same, but I might go back to the adept. This way I can drop a little bit less, have a little bit less toughness and a little bit more skill power for the pulse and everything like that. But the pulse really doesn't benefit too much from it, but it's just my preference. But I think I might stay with this a little bit better. And you can see right here, it's a 33% crit chance pulse with 25% damage, and my heal, I use booster. Everybody should use booster if your heal is good enough or if your skill power is high enough. But I have 135. If I'm at 1 bar of health and I pop that, I go all the way to full health with a little bit of overheal. Even when taking damage, I still have a little bit of overheal. I'm able to turn on someone in that little bit of time, and most likely it's an even game once I turn, but you never know in certain situations. You just got to play your skills, play the best way you can. But that's all for this build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys smash that like button for me and subscribe if you are new. And if you have any questions, make sure you hit the comment section down below. I'll try to get back with anybody with any questions at all. And if you're also new, go follow my Twitch. It's twitch.tv/itschaos. It will be in the link in the description below. And if you have any questions, then you can just go to my Twitch, and if I'm live, you can ask any questions while I'm live. I'll answer it best I can for you guys. But that's all for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.